Slut. Smoke signals. Sam. 16 years.
Episode 15.
Is that 50? Quinceañera?
Gosh dang. Yeah. Can you don't? I'm Joe Paisley.
Bryan O'Brien here.
We nailed it. We're out the gate hot.
I feel like we forget
our names.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel. So I learned something valuable in radio, which if you don't know, for 10 years, I worked in radio.
Oh, yeah. I listened to you.
For 10 years. And what I learned very on is to not say your fucking name all the time. Because I can't stand DJs that do it. Plus, I had a mentor of sorts, my boss at the radio station, who said, "Don't fall into that." He goes, "Don't. No one cares." He goes, "Don't say your names. Like, this is Paisley." It's like, man. Like, he goes, maybe once an hour, maybe once every 2 hours. Mention who the hell's talking, but 100% of the time, no one cares.
Every time you come out from a commercial.
Yeah. And
hey, it's Joe Paisley again.
I'm telling you this right now. And if you're going to go out there and listen to some radio stations and it's going to start clicking with you. Or another thing to steer clear of was that was this. And then now here's this. So you tell them the music that they came out of, especially if it's a song that everybody's going to know. It's like Enter Sandman. You don't have to come out and tell them.
That was Enter Sandman by Metallica. By Megadeth.
And then next we have, and then say the next thing. So don't do that. Find more creative ways to come in and out of that. I'm not
Especially
sure
if you're listening to that station, you know what's going to be playing. Unless it's some new band.
Right.
It's like, that was the Eagles. No shit.
Yeah, and like you just come out, cut that shit out, and just be like, Metallica's going on tour. It's like everybody knows who the band is. Now tell us some information about the band. Anyway, so there, if you are dying to get into radio, I just saved you maybe 1 year of practice into the
radio's
microphone.
Dying to get it.
People have been saying that for 30 years, and it's still hanging on.
Rock and roll's dead too. Yeah, I hate saying my name anyway. So like, if you want to say my name for me, I'd be okay with that. I don't like saying my own name.
Say my name, say my name.
No one needs. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody again on Patreon. That is the number one way that you can support us. Head over there. You'll find a link in the episode description. If you don't want to go that far down, you just want to remember a link. Here you go. It's patreon.com/canyoudon'tpodcast. Love it. 3 levels. Pick the one that's right for you.
Joe, you're
coming up next.
He's such a professional. Joe's he's built for a microphone, and then you just have me going.
Coming up next is Metallica.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. That's also something that drives me crazy after you work in radio is all the long vowels.
Oh yeah, dragging it out.
Someday.
I always wanted to work at a strip club and be the announcer and be like, coming up on stage 1, we got gentlemen, get your dollars ready and bust out those umbrellas. Put your umbrellas away because it's time for sunshine. Real nasally.
Yeah, it's always nasally. Those are the ones they didn't quite get into radio, and then they had to go to the
settled for the strip club,
which is, not really settling. That's probably more fun.
Well, yeah, I imagine. You have to imagine there's some sort of coitus going on, right?
Yeah. We are doing our first confessions segment today. Yeah. I'm gonna push this button. I found it last week. Here we go.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, so we're excited.
Me rubbing my thighs together.
Yo, that's what that is? That's what you do when you're excited?
Yeah.
Down, boy. But if you're asking, because actually we just got an email, someone was asking, where do I send my confession? That's to heyguys@canyoudon'tpodcast.com. That goes for these confessions. It goes for petty beef. It goes for any talent you may have, anything you found on the internet that's just fucking crazy and you want to show it to us. Send it in, and we would love to take a look at it.
We want to see your stuff.
Yeah, I want to see it. Show it off.
All up in it.
Before we get into our question for today, I just want to take a moment as a father to brag about my daughter, Pepper.
Okay.
So she's playing flag football. She's on co-ed, like in a co-ed league, but she's the only girl because it's, not very popular sport for women. And she's fucking gigantic. If you haven't caught on at that...
She's like 6'8", isn't she?
She might as well be. But if you haven't heard me talk about it before, she's 11 years old, and she's almost 5'10". And all of the boys are barely like up to her chest on her team. She's just a monster. In the first practice, like no one would talk to her and she felt kind of weird. And then the next practice, she was running a route and the quarterback threw it and he missed through it because they're young and stupid and don't know how to throw footballs. And Pepper like reached back over her shoulder and one-handed it. Right, just one-handed. That's it. Just caught it one hand. And I got to stand there and watch all the little boys go, whoa. And then, who's that? And then like a badass, she, palmed it and then she didn't tuck the ball again. She just palmed it, then turned her hand over and threw it back to the coach.
That's hilarious.
It's just boop and then little shuttle pass.
It's one of those freak out, like when you watch someone on the court and they're just so far above everyone else and how it looks natural. It's effortless.
Yeah.
And she's a girl doing it with boys. That's even better.
And on the sideline, when they had their first game this past weekend, and all the, other parents that aren't on our team, they're just like, what? What is she? Like, is that a 16-year-old out there? And you just get to sit there and listen to them.
Did she drive herself here?
But they have they're throwing fades in the end zone. And if that's ever happening, guess who it's going to? Because she's a monster.
Yeah. Probably doesn't have to jump.
Probably not.
Well, good for you. Proud dad moment.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the question for this week.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
Do you want to read the question this week, Bry Guy?
Sure. I would love to do that, Joe.
All right.
Thank you.
You got it, buddy.
Okay, this was sent in by our son who is currently running from the law and wants to remain anonymous.
We understand. Been there.
Would you rather wake up each day falling out of a plane with a parachute
Jesus.
or have to fall asleep in a burning building, but as soon as you fall asleep, the fire goes out?
Man,
Evan,
that is terrible. What a terrible way to start your day.
I'm trying to visualize this.
Dude. And again, while I was reading this, I want to pick out some very important words, and that says each day. So it's not like you're going to fall asleep for a nap and then wake up falling out of an airplane.
Every morning.
Yeah. We're saying when you go to bed, and assuming you're just going to go to bed and then wake up around, 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's just say that's what this is. You're falling out of a motherfucking airplane. Dude.
Oh, sorry. When I read this, I was thinking like you're dreaming like you are falling, but you're physically
you are out. You're falling,
physically falling from an airplane.
You wake up and somebody just goes, go, God!
You wake up and you're 10,000 feet in the air, falling
down.
Okay.
Man, that's scary. Would you go, I might have already asked you this because I've been trying to do this for years. Would you go skydiving with me?
It's something that I've always it'd be so fun. But now with kids, I don't know, that risk of something going wrong, and leaving the kids dadless.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be fun.
I think the odds are pretty low.
They are. Well, yeah, but they're still
like 0.2 or something like that.
Well, go do it then.
I will. I just need a friend.
Guy.
I need a friend.
How about when we get to 2,000 patrons?
2,000? Oh, fuck yeah. We hit 2,000. I'll jump out. That's all I'll do all day. I'll do all the jumps they'll let me.
You'll do every morning. You do like this question.
Every single morning.
For a year, you'll wake up and jump every morning.
Out of an airplane. Just numb me up, sneak me into a plane, and then you wake me up by shoving me out. Dude, that'd be but no matter how awful it is, you would eventually have to get used to it. And that's even funnier to me. You wake up, and for the first, I don't know how many years you're going to be terrified of this, but you wake up, and you just normal yawn, just stretch. Probably you have all your items you need are glued to you or attached with strings.
Brushing your teeth while you're falling.
Your coffee or whatever's, you got it ready for you. It's kind of floating around, and you just go grab it, bring it over, take a sip.
I guess in this hypothetical situation, you're assuming that the parachute will open every time.
Every time.
And if I knew 100% that the parachute was going to open, I think I would just go do it.
Man.
But there's that doubt that something will go wrong that has kept me from doing it because I think that rush would be amazing.
Yeah.
But it's that chance.
But every morning, no matter what dream you're having, the first thing you're doing is falling. Man, if you have a fear of heights, obviously you hate this one. Let's jump over to the other side of the coin. You have to fall asleep in a burning building. This one is terrifying. But as soon as you fall asleep, the fire goes out.
But assuming you don't fall asleep, is the building going to burn down?
I don't know.
Because how do you calm yourself down?
Just go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
I know. And then picture you are trying to have, I don't know, a friend stay over, or maybe you met a lady or a nice gentleman, and you bring him over to your house, and then you're like, all right, you want to get in bed? Like, what? You hook up, and then you lay down to go to sleep, and just the whole house goes like,
things are
she goes,
getting
oh my God.
toasty.
And you're just like, grab, like, go to sleep, go to sleep. And he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, yeah. What if? Okay, so picture the scenario from her standpoint, where you have to fall asleep, so she's just waiting for you to fall asleep.
She's smothering you with a pillow?
She's like she's drugging you to get you asleep.
Ether?
Otherwise, she's going to burn alive.
Does ether count? Can you just knock yourself out?
Because that's the thing. Like,
that's healthy.
I don't see, there's nothing in here that says you can't take like a sleeping pill or something.
I do take sleeping pills, and I will tell you, if the building is on fire that I'm trying to go to bed in, I'm not going to be that tired. There's no way, because some sleeping pills. I'm thinking, ether every night, which is probably good for your brain. That won't be a bad decision in a couple months of just ethering yourself throughout the night. Can you just sleeping gas? It's on a timed thing. Does that count as going to sleep?
Maybe the smoke inhalation will put you to sleep.
Put you to sleep? Get tucked in by some smoke inhalation?
Yeah. But then the fire goes out, so then it's not like you're breathing smoke all night.
All right. And you wake up, and what's a beautiful home? Does it matter what type of home it is or type of building it is?
It's a mansion.
Okay. So when you
it's
wake up...
it's going to take a while to burn, too.
Yeah. When you wake up, you're in your dream home. But every night when you go to bed, that dream home is on fucking fire.
So like you're up on the third floor, whatever.
Yeah.
The fire starts in the kitchen, and you have...
You're hearing all
15 minutes.
You're hearing all your items fall through the floors below you?
Yeah. And then your keepsakes, everything, I assume, goes back to normal.
Yeah, everything snaps right back. Or there is the analysis that you had originally is that the building actually never burns down. So you're not in fear of getting hurt. You are just sleeping in a house that is engulfed in flames. That's going to be too hot to sleep. I'm already too hot as it is. Yeah, even in the winter, I will sleep naked with just a sheet and the window open. I want it to be freezing cold. That's my best sleep tactic.
But I mean, if the fire gets so close to you, that's going to hurt like a motherfucker. So like, it gets close enough to where it doesn't kill you, but you feel like the flames.
I don't know. I'm just making up some magical situation. Or is it a timed event? If you don't fall asleep, you're fucking burned alive.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I...
Well, then you can't pick that one. I mean... There's no way. You can't just fall asleep when your house is on fire.
Okay, let's tweak this a little bit. So you wake up on the other coin. Okay. You wake up and there's a 10% chance
you're gonna die.
That your parachute doesn't, or that
I'm still jumping out of the airplane.
It's
parachute won't open. 10% chance you're going to die jumping out of an airplane.
It's got to be higher. So I was thinking 90. There's a 90% chance that you could die. So
Jesus, this is a one-time thing, maybe.
Well,
either do you want to die?
You're gonna. Do you think you could fall asleep? So would you rather take the chance of I can fall asleep in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
With a fire burning, or
dude.
Okay, it's a flip of a coin. You get one. It's one day. Think about this.
One wake up.
So tomorrow, you're gonna flip a coin. Tonight, you either go to sleep in 15 minutes, or you burn alive, or you wake up in the morning. There's a 10% chance you fall to your death.
I'm gonna have to face my death in this situation. I'm going to have to assume that I'm going to die, and I don't want to die burning alive. So I'm jumping out of an airplane. Seems like a funner way to die than screaming to death on a burning bed.
There's also a small percentage chance that the parachute does open. But the other way, if there's no drugs, nothing, there's no way I'm falling asleep in 15 minutes before I'm engulfed in flames.
I think if you are allowed some sort of drug, I think that's okay. But they don't always work the way they're supposed to. Never go to sleep. How about that? You go to sleep in your friend's house and burn his fucking house down? You're just a walking flame.
Everywhere you go, you just walk into someone's house, try to go to sleep, burn their house down.
Whoops, I'm so sorry. Because I want to jump out of an airplane, I'm going to have to go with the airplane. I mean, that just seems like the best way to start my day. If the falling asleep was just an inconvenience and you never were actually in harm's way to die, you just had to fall asleep while surrounded by flames, you might be able to get used to that. I think I still would pick jumping out of an airplane, even if I was immortal in a flaming home.
I think so too, just based off the thrill you would get. Like burning alive just seems like such an awful, like slow way to go. Like,
so I can't think of a worse way. I mean,
drowning it's like burning alive and drowning are the two things.
Fire would be way worse than drowning.
Oh yeah. way
worse. What if you woke up late and you had the parachute one? You have to like fucking go gadget Power Rangers and just zoom, like shit, like you're 5 minutes late. So you have to like tuck it in and wingsuit yourself. I didn't think about going to sleep in a wingsuit. Dude, that would be the best.
See, that's what it. So I have this fascination.
Just fucking free airfare. You'd wake up and just fly to Phoenix.
Yeah. You'd have to have the right amount of distance that you could.
You'd have a circle
glide. Yeah.
You'd have a circle radius.
I've talked about this before, but I have this fascination with like being able to fly, and not like flying high up in the sky. I want to fly low to something like a goose
over the water.
Over the water, like that feeling of things flying by you. And you can do that with wingsuits. If you're going down a hill, you can fly through canyons.
Some of those videos of how close they get, like flying through the paper and stuff like that, and they're 5 feet. 6 feet away from just hitting something, going
and just mashing
300 miles an hour,
pancaking
and exploding.
I'll go with that. I'm gonna go with the parachute also.
Okay, great. Well, I think that's settled. The mummy agrees. I think. Here we go.
Here it is.
He's in. All right, let's move off to our question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
What's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
Pretty sure I said you ready for the question while you're just doing the question. So
yeah, I was really confused.
I'm killing it. What are you thinking about, Bryan?
I'm thinking about how just kind of weird things that people say, just like cliche things that people just say, and I'm like, why do
idioms? Yep.
Yeah. Like one that comes to mind is when people say, "Oh, what a small world." Like this just happened the other day. Someone met someone's cousin. I was at a wedding and they met their cousin in like either in Texas or something.
All right.
Like, I ran. They're like, "Oh, what a small world." And I get the idea of that. It's like, oh, it's crazy that you guys ran into each other in the same place. I get that saying, but it's such a small chance that that's actually gonna. You don't think about that person's fucking cousin. No, not fucking.
Not
the
again.
Cousin.
No.
It's like I don't know. There's just this. I'm very much like I hear stuff like that, and it just it's like, oh,
it's like no, it's a big world, bro.
It's a gigantic fucking world. There's 7 billion people. The chances that you're going to see something are so small. So when something does happen, you build it into this gigantic thing that it's, oh, I cannot believe that happened.
My favorite is when you use that one when you are in tight knit circles. Like I listen to metal, and then I go to metal shows, and I run into somebody at one of those shows. Like, oh yeah, I saw your uncle at fucking Metallica or whatever. Like, oh man, what a small world. It's like, no, we're just in the same social circles.
Yeah.
And pretty high chance that we're gonna see each other because we do this a lot. So I'd say the world's still pretty big. But no one's gonna like you if you come back with that.
I know, and that's that's the thing. Like if I said the things that were on my mind when I had conversations with people, I wouldn't have any friends because that's what like I hear someone say, and I want to say like, actually, there's 7 billion people in the world. The chances of you running are just so slim. And then it's like, but who wants to have a conversation with that? So it's like you just kind of laugh it off.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I just feel like. People are, and I don't mean this in a bad way. People are very self-centered, and not like, oh, you're so conceited, you're self-centered. I mean, like they're the
have their own
world
thing,
revolves around what happens to them in a day. And I get that that's the way people think because they just
the direct effect.
They're living in their life. But it's like thinking that your thoughts or that something is special to you but not to someone else. It's just, and I know this is kind of different from the small world thing, but I feel like it's those people
wrapped
are
in
kind
the
of wrapped in the same world, like in the same small world, if I may.
Yeah,
it's like people like family members saying like, oh, there's a butterfly at the lake today, so we know that was Grandpa coming to visit us or whatever, and they're like, but they're 100%.
they're
convinced that was Grandpa making his presence known at the lake because that was his favorite place
or favorite type of butterfly.
Yeah. So he morphed into that. And it's like, and yeah,
that's a good point.
It's a way for people to comfort themselves, like, and realize, that so-and-so's still around. But for someone who just doesn't see the world like that, you want to say something? I'm like, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I want to make a joke about it. Like, that out of all the fucking people, that butterfly shows up for you.
Okay.
Specifically for you.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Here I am, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm your grandpa.
So does everyone else not see the butterfly? Is it only there for you? Because what if Ted down the way
next to you?
Yeah.
Was that his grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he thinks that was his grandma. So who are you going to fight over who butterfly that was representing?
I think there's a lot of people that are going to agree with you. And there's going to be a lot of people that are not, in the sense that they just want to have that give them peace. So they are projecting that onto whatever's happening around them, like, oh my God. And then for the last second, the sun came out. That's my favorite one, where it was raining all day, but then exactly for the wedding, like it stopped for a
Cleared
second.
up for you.
Cleared up for, it was just for you guys. Not the fact that it does that a lot. Like very frequently, it'll rain and then clear up for a bit.
Everything burns off.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get what you're trying to do.
Oh,
it
so you brought the rain with you, didn't you?
It's like, I didn't. Yeah, that reminds me. He's still one of my best friends, but he was 100% serious. We were going to Costa Rica for spring break back in college days.
We get it. You got to go to a lot of cool places.
No, I haven't actually. But we were going to Costa Rica, and he was my roommate, and I was looking up the weather for Costa Rica because I was curious how fucking hot it was going to be. He got so mad at me for looking up the weather because I was going to jinx it and make it rain the whole time. And I thought he was kidding. I was like, oh no, but I just got to make sure that I'm not going to die and make sure I'm packing correctly. And he's like, don't do it. You're going to blah, blah. And then I was like, I still was looking at it, and he's like, slammed my computer shut. He goes, you're going to jinx it. I was like, oh, wow, you are serious right now.
How many people are going to Costa Rica and having the exact same conversation, but maybe in reverse?
Yeah.
And everyone thinks that that
the
fucking person's jinxing him.
I think the best of all of this is the jinx in general.
Yeah.
Where something happens, like, oh my God, you fucking jinxed us.
A no-hitter.
Yeah. And it's like because one guy wasn't wearing his hat the right way.
Well,
but I do love, it's so funny. That's just entertaining for me to pin that on to blame something else besides what actually it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've had, we'll be watching a baseball game, have no contact with the players, obviously. You're sitting in the stands, you're watching on TV, and you're like, oh, you realize he's throwing a no-hitter, right? Look at that. So it's the 8th inning, he's throwing no-hitters, 2 outs, and they're like, oh, why'd you say something?
You acknowledge it. It's like I'm sitting in the fucking, not even close.
If I let the pitcher know, then his brain, then now his motivation has changed. But I have no direct effect on that person.
It's even better when it goes back to like you're not even in the stadium and you start doing shit like that.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God,
TV.
Your fucking beer's not on the coaster.
1,000 miles away.
I get it that it's mostly funny, but there are people that are not, it's not funny at all.
Yeah.
If that beer is not on the coaster in the start of the third quarter, that's the reason they lost the game. And I do find that very entertaining. Another saying, and I don't forget, I'm not crediting myself. I just don't remember the name of the comedian that I saw a video of this a while back. But another saying that goes along with It's a Small World is every now and again. That one is really fucking weird. Like, do you go to the shops very often? Every now and again. It's like, what the fuck what are you fucking talking about? Every now, like that's all the time. Yeah. So if you're always there,
I work here.
How can you go again? Every now and again. It makes no sense. And he dives into it. I forget, man, he's the guy that drove the cash cab. And he's he does some stand-up stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, I came across one of his clips and it made me laugh really hard.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, on the same page of thinking that these certain things are happening for you. And I know I've addressed this in the past, but like when an NBA player hits an important free throw and then points to the sky and thanks God. It's like, I think the 50 million hours of practice had more to do with it than
give yourself a little bit more credit
than Sky Daddy.
Well,
I mean, I listen, I love Sky Daddy as much as the next person. That's not true, but I'm just saying, I'm not torching your religion. I'm saying it's so weird to see that in sports in those instances, or a huge touchdown pass and then like straight to the sky, like Tim Tebow stuff or whatever. It's like he had that. It was all your talent. That was 100% all your talent and practice.
Well,
that pulled that off.
This is what I think is funny. That on that scenario, let's say Tim Tebow, for example, or like a baseball player hits a home run. It doesn't matter what the play is. Hit a home run. You point to the sky. That was me. But when you strike out, head goes down. Walk back to the dugout.
I would love them pointing up at that moment too.
Yeah, I mean,
but they just flip off the sky instead.
Exactly. That's what I want to see so bad, because it's like when they succeed, it was God that did it. When they fail, it just wasn't. It wasn't in the cards.
Wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Like.
Yeah. I know.
So there's like some plan, like I know we're shitting on people's.
I know, and I get it. I mean, I am spiritual. I do believe there's something else after it. I just don't think that humans know what it is. I would never fault you for being religious ever. Absolutely not.
I would.
But I'm just saying that I think it's funny in sports. Okay, would you like to move on to our first ever confessions?
Well, I guess.
Oh.
We'll come back to this. I have a lot more to say.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it on another show.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We can do it right now.
No.
Okay, fine.
Because I feel like I'm going to offend a bunch of people.
We'll save that for another show. Okay. Like you haven't already.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Confessions. Oh, sorry. Confessions.
All right. Let's get into it. I think maybe I got to find some special music for reading the confessions. It just feels like a little more churchy or something like that.
Yeah, we need some organs or something, maybe.
Something a little bit lower, yeah. Okay, so we're going to dive in here. Again, if you have something you'd like to get off your chest, I don't even care if you know something real juicy on somebody else and you want to get it off their chest.
Wait.
Send it in.
Wait, do you realize what you just said? I don't know if you knew what you just said.
What'd I say?
Getting something juicy off somebody else's chest.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Do you realize
what
you just said?
Fuck yeah, I know what I said.
I think you know. I think you. I'm talking about semen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you want to just rat on somebody else who hasn't a secret and you want to share it.
Yeah. Just don't tell us their name.
Yeah.
Or you could.
Yeah. If you fucking hate them, I don't care. Send that into heyguys@canyouDon'tPodcast.com. Coming up next, Nickelback. Hey guys.
A new one from
Nickelback. Hey guys, I can't bring myself to call you daddy due to the nature of this email. I have a secret, and I cannot believe I'm about to tell you. I have never told another person about this. My husband and I...
It's my thighs again.
My husband and I have been married for 16 years. We have 3 kids, and he has never given me an orgasm. Before you judge, I'm pretty sure it has to do with some sexual dysfunction on my part because I have a hard time getting myself there, and sometimes I can't get there at all on my own. Feel free to judge this next part. He doesn't know. He's never given me one. I guess I'm good at faking it. I know guys have fragile egos. I know he couldn't take this blow. I'm not really sure how this email is going to end, but there you have it. Have fun with it on the podcast. That's a deep one, and as a man. That would be tough. That'd be a tough one.
Some girls just they can't.
I'm not going to out the relationship that I know that's in my inner circle that's like that. She does not orgasm from sex and not much like from oral. So they do something and then she finishes afterwards while he plays with her boobs. So,
like she jams
or for fingers. I didn't ask, but I just know that is something that'd be so well. Like, what'd she put in there? Yeah, just fucking. And you're rubbing your thighs in the corner.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, what are you guys putting in there? So they have to approach it that way to keep the. I
mean, you do what you got to do, right? Like, as long as. That's hard.
I don't know what the answer is here, but I mean, it's not. But I'm not answering shit. But what I'm. Good on you, I guess. Because this far in, if he were to ever find out, that would be really hard to swallow.
Good. You said hard and swallow.
Purpose. It's all on purpose. Keep going.
I'm watching your face. I'm trying to are you saying this on purpose?
How would you feel? I mean, put it into your own relationship.
I don't think my wife does.
What if she's fake? She's been faking the whole time?
No, I don't think she's even fake. She's just
really. I didn't know that.
She's just kind of like. All right.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, that's something else. She has found herself in a box.
God.
Okay, because she has faked it for so long.
Right.
Now it's going to be devastating if it were to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I think. Go ahead. Sorry,
It's like it's like any lie.
Mm-hmm.
If you've,
I've never lied.
but yeah, it's like, when you keep something a secret for a long time.
I can't relate.
But you, maybe you should be the one talking about this. Where she's doing it, so she's doing it for him. So it's almost different. It's like, yeah, she's doing it in support of him. So like, I wouldn't like, if I was the guy, I wouldn't be mad at her for doing that. I would appreciate she's doing that, but then you'd feel
every moment forward after believing that for 16 years.
Yeah.
How do you? I think sex life is over. That's going to be
unless
really
you
hard
just
to bounce
talk it
back
out
from.
and be like, I just don't have an orgasm, but I like having sex with you, and I like you having an orgasm.
I like you having sex with me.
Yeah.
That's such a funny way to word it.
Well, it's like, she could like the act of, she may not have an orgasm, but she has like,
yeah, she likes that touching.
She likes the experience. And as long as the guy gets a completion, like that's enough for her. I think you could work that out to where that's going forward. Have a conversation.
Do you think she has gone? Well, okay.
If she's tried to keep faking it after it came out,
right,
and then you have an issue.
From that point forward, it's just a dead look, just deadpan face.
Yeah, she just lays there, looks at the TV.
Are you done yet? What if this husband? This is just something I'm painting in my own head. Was a total alpha male douchebag guy. You picture the guy,
yeah,
right? Like he shows up at the bar and he's wearing a t-shirt that says like, I'm here for two things, making women come and playing darts, and I'm all out of women. Like he's just that guy.
Yeah.
So he has pinned so much of his character on being proud of being able to make his wife come.
His identity
is built around it.
Yeah.
Like all the clothes he wears, he's like, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, me and my wife come 5 times last night. Like he's just a total bro.
Right.
And he's hung his hat on it. And that's how I want this to be, just so it is completely earth-shattering.
But a lot of those guys, they know they don't do it, and they talk it up.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be even worse if you did think you did. Like if you're out there saying, "Oh yeah, I make my wife come all the time," but deep down that like you're just saying that to talk yourself up,
right?
And then so it's like, well, who cares what anybody thinks? But then if you actually were out there saying that because you believe it. Yeah, that would be a pretty big blow. Man, I know there's going to be plenty more in this ship. So if you got something you want to get off your chest, guys and girls, hey guys at canyoudontpodcast.com. I think it comes down to how accepting this guy will be. Yeah, how open. I mean, you can talk through this. Yeah. I don't know how you would. Me, it's not like I'm like this fucking, just like I love doing that. It's fucking everything I'm all about. But after 16 years, find out that she was faking. That would be, I don't know. For me personally, I'm down to talk it out, but it's going to be super weird every single time moving forward. I think maybe not. I think if you're the guy, I mean, guys aren't sometimes they're just not as reasonable. But like, I think from like just an unbiased perspective, seeing it from a woman's point of view too, like, I think if she just says, I did this for you because I love you and I wanted to make you feel better in the experience. It's not malicious intent. On his deathbed 45 years later, you never made me come. Good night. Yeah. Glad you're gone. I'm going to masturbate so hard to your death. To your death. Jeez. All right. You just hope the guy's open to pretty good confession. Yeah. Pretty good one. All right. So you want to actually hang on before we get in this. I would like to know on these confessions if people end up going back, like if she goes back and has a conversation with the guy. What happened, and fill us in. Like a confession reveal or something like that. You could still be anonymous, but we like to know if there was some sort of a climax. She's not used to having one. So it's like a Jerry Springer branch. Little spin-off. Exactly. We'll come back with those. Steve Wilco You decided to go and tell them the confession that you thought you weren't going to. That would be a fun development. It could be fun if we gave them the confidence to go do that. Right. We could do it for you. Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, no. Yes. I would do it. We'll get them on the phone together. That's Patreon content. Yes.
Oh, man.
The radio shows do that all the time, the dating things or whatever.
I know. I feel so bad. Okay, you want to read the next confession? This is the worst music. I'm going to try a different one.
Every time I see Hey Joe, I just think, Hey Joe.
Where are you going?
With that gun in your hand, where you going with dick in your hand? Hey Joe and stepdaddy Bryan. I'll get right to it. My stepdad that I'll just call Dad because he's an amazing man that without him in my life, I'd probably be a drunk loser, burnout.
Okay.
This music.
It's very nice. I know. Sorry.
Recently, Dad had some health issues, and since this is a man that literally took part of a buzzsaw.
What?
Literally took part of a buzzsaw to the skull that actually touched his brain. He survived multiple motorcycle accidents or crashes and fell off the roof one time. He has always come out like Bruce Willis and Unbreakable.
Superman.
This time, due to COVID and getting older, myself and 2 brothers and sister finally saw our dad and was not actually a superhero. Had theories it would take a silver bullet to kill him. As we were at the hospital, me and my younger brother were about to confess the time we fucked
up. Yeah, fucked.
No,
fucked.
No, we fucked.
I'm guessing.
Plowed.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. There you go.
I wasn't reading it ahead. I thought that they fucked in the back of his 1969 Mustang.
And I picture like just right up the tailpipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I fucked his Mustang. What?
No, I was reading it as like his brother, like they had a family.
Yikes.
Okay, let me try that again.
Okay.
As we're at the house, me and my younger brother were about to confess that we fucked in his 19...
No.
Okay. That we fucked...
Oh my God.
Okay, see,
I'm gonna
no, I see where I know. See, I know where I went wrong. I thought I should say we fucked up his 1969 Mustang, but he goes fucked his 1969 Mustang up.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And the doctor came and told us he would be okay, and we both decided nope on his actual deathbed.
That's a funny scene.
My
right
brother
there.
actually said, have to wait until he's weak, otherwise he's going to kill us.
Nice.
Now that I finally got him into Can You Don't while he was in the hospital, he plays the podcast every Wednesday at work.
Thanks,
Sweet.
man.
Where my brother works as well.
Which means he's listening right now.
Right. As we speak.
Here we
this
go.
is live.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get my ass beat, but this is too perfect. When I was 17 and Colton was 15, our parents went out of town and
told us not to touch
his car, even if it's life or death. So we definitely had to take the car, went and picked up our girlfriends, and went for a cruise.
Nice.
We took care to write mileage and get gas down.
Okay.
On the way home, Colton challenged me to get some air off of Mushroom Hill Road.
Jeez, what?
Had this little horrible bridge and was basically a ramp. So I hit it doing about 90 and we got air.
Dude, kids are so dumb.
It's just, what's the show?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, there's Duke boys.
We're up to no good again.
Also fucked up the front bumper and
kids are fucking
super
stupid.
bad. The hood got a little warped and a crack in the windshield. We went as fast as we could to my father's house, freaking out. My father had a good friend that owned a shop. And at midnight till 7 a.m. we fixed everything, and my father promised not to rat us out so long as he could drive the car back. Script 3 years later, Dad went to sell the car, and since it was a classic car, the guy wanted to have the mechanic inspect it and discovered that a 15 and 17-year-old, 2 very drunk guys might have done a passable job fixing the issues, but was for sure not done by a true pro. This led to Dad losing $2,000 off his asking price and flipped the fuck out on the dealer he bought it from, where he was never bought from a car from since. Sorry, Dad. Just remember Colton dared me.
Right.
Sorry for the long email, but I had to get that off my chest. Love you guys, and it makes hope makes to the show. Nice knowing you because he's going to kill us.
Bye, you're dead.
And we have to make sure that I don't read the long emails from now on.
I think you did great.
I honestly, it makes me feel like I'm illiterate.
Practice makes perfect. We're gonna send you home with homework.
I'm getting worse.
No, come on. Don't be so down on yourself.
Have you ever done anything like that? Snuck out and took something you shouldn't have?
I've snuck my own car out of my driveway. I've had a friend sneak a parent's car out. But they were out of town, so it wasn't like they were there. Kind of like this situation, I'm guessing.
Ferris Bueller situation?
Mm-hmm. But I have plenty of times to make sure that starting the car doesn't wake up my parents. You go out the window, you pop the car in neutral, and then you and usually your buddy, 'cause you're not doing it by yourself. It's weird. I don't know. And you push your car out the driveway and then a little ways down the street, and then you can all get in and fire it up so you don't get caught. And you just do the same thing when you get back. But these guys, to have their stepdad, who they call daddy, say, even in a life or death situation, don't touch my fucking car. And they go, you got it. Gonna get drunk and jump it at 90 miles an hour.
It's
it's so dumb.
The spectrum.
I wouldn't have the balls to do that.
Don't touch this, life or death. And the first thing you do is get drunk and take it.
Jump it.
Like, that's the ultimate, just like,
you got it, Dad. Such a slap in the face.
it is. Susie walks out the door, you start drinking and look for the keys.
Oh, man.
It's such
so
a
dumb. Have you ever hidden something big from your parents? Anything that you've never, just never told them? Or told them way later? I do have a story about that.
Nothing, like, we've talked about this before, like, I wasn't a troublemaker kid, so I don't have, the only thing that I could think of, like, with cars, is I remember getting in my mom's car with my cousin, and we were messing with the gears and stuff, and I popped it into neutral on accident, and it started rolling back, and I was, we were probably like 10, and I'm like hitting things around and hit the brakes. Or I think it may have just pulled the parking brake. And so it rolled from the top of the driveway all the way back and like stuck out in the road a little bit.
Yikes.
And I didn't have the keys, didn't know how to drive, all that stuff. So when she came home, the car's basically like partly in the street.
That's so good.
I got my ass chewed.
I got away with throwing some house parties. Did not get away with throwing some house parties. But I think the biggest secret I held for a while, and it was actually my brother saved my ass. And it's been years and years since I've shared this story. But if you've heard it, it's fucking crazy enough that, or just dumb enough that, of course, it's fun to hear again. But it was a late night. We were out. We were night skiing at a local tiny shit ski resort. They've kind of upgraded it since, but back then it was awful. It was like a private thing that no one took care of it. If you died, you died. It was kind of like that's what was going on.
At your own risk.
Yeah, so we were out there. We come back into town and we're bored, but we have all of our snow shit on. So instead of going straight home, we decided to just do dumb stuff because we're dumb teenagers. My buddy had an extension cord in the back of his car. So I sat in the passenger seat, sometimes behind the passenger seat, and we drove by trash cans and then lassoed them with the extension cord. And you wouldn't know he's get them. So he's like this, and then you'd have to drag the extension cord back in, and then the next person would be out the window whipping it around. And then when you caught one, oh man, did it rip that motherfucking trash can. You weren't going
So were
fast.
they full too?
Yeah, it was trash day. So all the trash cans were out.
And so you're just dragging trash down the street like a bunch of assholes.
I don't think they were full. I think it must have been the ones that were left out. I don't remember exploding trash unless it was left in there, stuck to it. But we weren't going really fast, but 20, 25 miles an hour so you can have a chance to
That's
lasso
a good
it.
clip.
Yeah, and then once it gets around it, you tighten it, and then it just boom, we just blast it. Anyway, as you can you'd expect, it made a lot of noise, and we're laughing and hooting and hollering because we're fucking trash can cowboys. So we get in trouble. Okay, so the cops pull us over. They get us in the cop car and they drive us down to the station. And we're going to get in trouble for some other stuff. There's petty theft and destruction of property and stuff like that.
Some larceny in there?
No, there wasn't anything in there. It was nothing serious. I don't know if they were actually going to charge us. But my brother, they said we could call your parents, so they want us to get in trouble. I had my own phone line in my room at my dad's house. So I called and my brother picked up. And I didn't call my parents. I called my brother. He came down and got me. And then we both just never told our parents until I was in college. Just held on to it for, 8 or 9 years and then finally brought it up. I was like, oh yeah.
At a Christmas one time?
Yeah. I just brought it up. Like, what? And my mom was like, you're kidding. I was like, no.
What are you going to do now? I'm an adult.
Yeah. And then one of the buddies I was with lives up in this area now. We're still all friends, but don't do that.
I have some small stories that aren't really worth telling, but it was later on as an adult, even now when I'll go back and visit mom or whatever, and we'll start talking about college days or some of the stupid stuff we did in college and things and she's like, I don't want to hear this. Because she had no idea then, and she's like, that was going on, I
know.
She thought we were just going to church or something.
Sorry, Mom. Why'd you sneak out the window? Midnight mass, I
mean, we would get drunk, and there's a train that goes by Cheney here in Eastern Washington, by Eastern Washington, university. So we would go out, like we talked about laying on the train tracks to see if it would drive over the top of us. And I had a friend that climbed on the train one time and it went to Montana.
Did you stayed on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
because we used to climb up there and like pee off of it and everything.
Yeah.
And he left his car at the bank, and so they like towed it away and everything.
I'm happy there wasn't a train that went through my town because I would have definitely got in trouble if there was a train to fuck around on. Okay, let's move on to our third confession. Are you ready?
I guess we'll give this a shot.
Hey, daddies.
Hey, daddies. When y'all said that you were going to start confession segment, I was pretty excited to hear that because I really don't want to confess this dark, dirty secret of mine.
Or wanted to confess this one. Okay. Excited to roll.
Do you want to do this?
Yeah, you can do it. I just want to make sure that was clear.
A few years back when I was still single, I had a buddy that I would hook up. I had a buddy that I would hook up with occasionally, and we had fell out of touch for a little while. But when he came back into town, oh my God. But then he came back.
I'm going to take it over.
Okay.
Should I?
Yeah. No, I can do it. Let me do it. But then he came back into town, so we decided to hook up again, and I invited him over to my house to spend the night. The night came around, and aside from him drinking a whole 6-pack of beer, I wanted him to do stuff for me, and he kept dozing off during it. So I was like, this is very frustrating. Eventually, he fell asleep before we were able to do anything, so I was extremely sexually frustrated at that point.
Okay.
This was the middle of the night, and because I was so wound up, I decided to jump in my car and drive down the street to my ex-boyfriend's house.
Oh, no.
When I got there, he let me in. You let him in. He had some friends over too, but I said, I don't care. Let's just go upstairs. He came with me and we hooked up, did a little nookie.
Yeah.
A few hours later, I decided to go home because I have this one dude who's still over at my house.
Oh, jeez.
So I left and went back to the house. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. When I got there, the guy was actually awake and he asked me where I went. I told this guy, I'm sorry, I had some feminine problems and I had to go to the store.
Classic.
I haven't told many people about this because it's definitely a very slutty thing to do, but I have no regrets. I had to get mine.
All right. Man, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good confession right there.
And this wasn't like it was just a friend that she was hooking up. It wasn't like a long-term boyfriend that she walked out on.
No, it was a buddy that would come into town and they would hook up occasionally.
Yeah,
then he fell out of touch and he came back into town. So when he did, as you do, hit her up and they hooked up and did that. So that's how that went. And then, man, sneaking over there, I have heard of situations very similar to this, actually. And I had one, actually, I want to say actually as many times as I can, happen to me. You want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was, I'm not going to name names. I might not even give a time frame just because people will be able to figure it out if I did. So I'm not going to.
It was 1876.
I was down there panning for gold. Oh, Lucky Lou can't stop by. Lucky Lou brought me a horsey. No, so it's an ex-girlfriend, and I was in a fraternity at the University of Idaho, and fuck, she came to visit. She fucked my friend, right? Well, I mean, obviously I wasn't there watching. I didn't know. And I had like a test in the morning. I had to get up early for a class, so she just basically stayed up, fucked my friend, then came into my bed and fucked me, all within like the same couple hours, the same night.
Without showering or anything?
Nope, just fucking thank you.
Did you smell the other guy's ween?
I wasn't smelling for anything. I think it was just like she felt really bad, so she tried to, like, I don't know, do some. I don't know. I don't fucking get it. Who cares? But that is so.
Did she tell you? When did she tell you this?
I found out years later, and then I found out. Because I was super confused why my friend just like left fucking school. He felt so bad about it, he just left. He transferred schools and left. And like and never brought it up. Like I was like, what? Like, and then I was like asking him, I was like, what's happening? And he wouldn't talk about it. And everyone was really weird. And I couldn't figure it out. And then it was like, I don't know how, years later, where I found out the whole story. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck?
I'm just picturing her like, getting like they're watching a movie or something. She's so sexually frustrated, she's like waiting for something to happen. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, just gets up.
She's like, fuck dude.
Drives over.
Fuck this, fuck you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Plows some other dude and then comes back. And she's like, oh, I just had to pop down to Rite Aid. Mm-hmm. But no.
Thank you for letting us in.
Just kind of like, hey, okay. Where'd you go?
No problem. Yeah, where'd you go? Oh, jeez. All right, well, keep sending them in because these are fun. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in this thing called life. Again, that email address is heyguys@canyoudontpodcast.com. Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
All right, we're moving on to some good news. You ready to take a look at it?
I guess.
This one is very funny. I'm not going to go through all of them. Who sent it in to me? I'm going to get the information here.
Cassandra?
Sent it by our daughter, Cassandra.
And her name was Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Wayne's World.
So this was a while back. I've seen it floating around, but now it's making the rounds again. And I want to make sure I bring it up here. There was Walmart made a post. Congratulating their cashier of the week. And then people started sharing hilarious stories about her. So it's very simple. You see this. Walmart, this is on Facebook, says, we would like to congratulate Sam as being chosen as our cashier of the week. She has gotten customer compliments recently for a friendly and speedy service. Way to go, Shane.
Yay!
And there's 74,000 likes, 164,000 comments. I mean, this thing took off. So there we go. Got a picture of Sam. See here?
Yeah.
All right, let's just read one of these comments here. This is from J+. Says, one time I was in line and really had to go to the bathroom due to severe incontinence, and Sam stabbed and killed the 3 customers in front of me to bring me up super quickly so I could go to the bathroom in time. A true hero. James Allard says, you're the best, Sam. I remember when I came in last Sunday, the Lord's Day, to buy some tap-in dyes and some WD-40. Sam bagged my items so fast, the first bag melted. And she was nice enough to double bag it at no extra charge. Not to mention, she saved my life with the Heimlich maneuver when I started choking on pepperettes. Great job, Sam. And then another one here is from Sanwa E. Says, congrats, Sam. You're always smiling the wildest and the cleanest sneakers. You're always helping me reach things up high and let me leave all the unwanted items at your station when I'm too broke to afford them. Thank you, Sam. But it just goes on and on. And then one last one here from John Paul. Says, Sam was so amazing, I literally lost my child at Walmart and Sam gave me a whole new one.
Employee of the month.
Employee of the month for Sam. Congratulations.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
She gave me a brand new one. Replaced it.
Went to Walmart last night. Someone punched me in the face and broke my glasses, and Sam literally took my lenses out and made a handcrafted frame out of firewood and quickly put it all together within minutes. She really is a miracle. Oh, man. So I just thought that was funny. I love when people... Those little nooks and crannies of the internet where, for whatever reason, humanity decides to get on the same page.
Yeah, and really, every once in a while you see those posts where, somebody saw it, made a funny comment, and someone's like, "Oh, that's funny," and then 164,000 comments later.
I know.
Like, how long? I want to go through a bunch of these, but 164,000.
Yeah, that's a ton. So it really did take off, but. Whenever I see it sometimes, not nearly as often, but on YouTube comment threads, where for whatever reason, they completely shift the dynamic and turn it into a really fun, I mean, it happens all the time on Reddit. But yeah, I guess,
this feels like a Reddit thing.
I know, it really does.
Let me read this really quick. Okay. Sam saw me struggling with my kids in the line. She offered to take them for me so I could bag my groceries up peacefully. It's been 3 years. Thanks, Sam. You're the real MVP. Tell Sally and John that mommy loves them.
Oh, Sam, fucking hero.
Let's a toast to Sam.
Toast to Sam, everybody.
Sam's Club. Isn't that a Walmart thing?
Yeah. No, that's Fred Meyer. Yeah, that's Walmart. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to join Sam's Club, apparently. All right. Want to move on and take a look at the next thing?
Let's look at it.
Let's look at it.
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes, that's awesome. Hey, Bryan.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
When I say advent calendar, what do you think of?
Christmas time?
Yes, Christmas time. If you would have said Halloween, I'm like, fucking goddamn it. I never even thought outside of Christmas that advent calendars existed.
I didn't know what an advent calendar was. Calorie. I didn't know what an advent calendar was till recently.
Like, well, your kids probably brought it back into your life, huh?
Well, Amber, my wife, they did some traditions that we just never did.
Yeah.
When we were kids, so I just wasn't aware of it.
And if you're hearing this right now and you're feeling like, what the fuck's that? It's those little thin boxes that have a numbered doors on them. You open them up and there's chocolate or sometimes like a figurine, and it just counts your way, a fun way for usually children to count up to a special day like Christmas.
We got a Lego one last year, and you poke it open, and there was a little Lego
and you at the end you build it.
Well, yeah. Well, each day was a little something.
That's pretty fun. That's a cool idea. But anyway, this is a Halloween themed advent calendar, which I think is even cooler than a Christmas one because you're going to have spookier chocolates in there. But they're super cheap. And if you were to get one right now, I guess you could maybe slide in time for Halloween. But I guess I was just hoping that
still September is plenty time.
I know, but when this one comes out, it's next week.
Still be September.
I know, but you got to get this motherfucking calendar before October starts.
Well, it's Amazon Prime. You can get it
immediately.
If you order this,
what?
If we're recording on Monday, the 19th. It says you can get it, or recording on Tuesday, the 19th. Well, whatever fucking day it is. It says you can get it so it's about 6 days out.
You might just have to eat 5 candies out the gate.
You open it up and just jam all the candies
in your mouth. But I was looking at it, and it's well reviewed. It's got great reviews. Almost 5 stars across the board. However, Tasha J. Johnson gave it 1 and said, not worth it, simple and overpriced. It's $6 fucking dollars. And it's simple. Yeah, it's chocolate behind cardboard doors. What the fucking? Would you want it to be a complex like? What was that one movie? The Declaration of Independence had a map on it. National Treasure.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted? Like, no, it has a number, and if the number matches the day you're on, you open it up and you eat the shitty chocolate.
Imagine getting a calendar, like a regular calendar, and being like,
oh, so simple.
Ridiculous.
There's
all
nothing
it does is tell you what day it is.
All the days aren't even on it. It doesn't have anything written on the days. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, God, you're dumb.
Why isn't my plan of what I'm doing that day on this calendar that I bought?
And then we have another one, Joss, or JAS, gave us a 1 star. He goes, this was lackluster. Cardstock sheet. Dollar store style advent without any treats. Clues were terrible. What? What is this? What do you think you're buying? These are the only 2 1-star reviews. Everybody else is like 4 to 5. Fucking loved it. Man.
I get going to... I mean, it's surprising.
It's a $6 chocolate calendar.
Yeah, and here's reviews are weird for me anyway. I've never left a review on anything I've ever bought, not once in my entire life. It would take, I don't know what it would take for me to go.
Catastrophic, yeah.
But I don't even know, I don't even think I'd go on there. Like, I would complain to friends about it, but I would never go. And so on something you spent $6 on.
Yeah.
That's a fucking calendar for you to be that upset that you go on there and leave a thing. It's not like you spent 10 grand on a piece of jewelry that turns out it was plastic.
Right. Even $20. Not even 10. $6. And if you want to look it up, there's other ones. There's multiple options. Just go to Amazon. This one is the Vermont Christmas Company Halloween Countdown. So again, they're in the Christmas game. They know what's going on. If you want to start a new little tradition on your side of the world, go ahead.
Sturdiness, or 4.8.
I know, and all the good stars, it's like, the kids love it. Exactly.
That's the whole idea.
No,
it's not for you.
It's not for you. Boring.
Janet.
Cheap. It's like, yeah, well, fucking, because they know you're going to use it for 1 month and throw it away.
And it's going to get ripped your kids are going to cut it up, destroy it, spill shit on it.
And the chocolate's not that good. Of course it's not that fucking good. What are you thinking? All right, let's hear from some of the children.
Probably
the
not
kids.
Even chocolate.
I know. Who knows what that shit is? It's recycled chocolate. Like, I don't know.
Like the cardboard that it's made on.
I will say it's frustrating when you open a door and the chocolate's not in there because it fell out and went down. Anybody who has an advent, you get it. You remember.
Yeah, see, I don't get it. Because
your childhood was terrible. All right, moving on. Sorry.
No, I don't want to move on. Because that comment, my child was horrible. I sort of like the simplicity of my childhood because
I don't even know how good or bad your childhood was.
No, it was fine. But there's all these songs and stuff that I'd never heard. I've never heard of the Monster Mash song until I was an adult. You know what I mean? Like we didn't do any of that, and I don't feel like I missed out on it. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get you an advent calendar. You can tell me if you missed out on it.
We have one now.
Oh yeah, you already said that. Do the kids like them?
Yeah, they love them.
That's what I'm saying.
But remember, like how I count my days. Yeah. Remember that? Maybe that's because I didn't have an advent calendar.
You never learned. You weren't trained by chocolate doors. You just don't know what's going on.
Bunch of sheep eating chocolate, counting the days.
Okay, now, sorry, I didn't know I was going to strike a chord.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Doesn't take much.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
All right, our first message coming in from our angry son, Cameron.
Okay, what's Cam mad about?
Well, he writes, "Hey, you silly gooses, geese-eye, maybe?
Geese-eye?
Whatever, silly fuckers.
That'll do.
You know, they actually have microwavable potatoes that apparently do not peel the plastic off."
Okay.
Wait, that
you
do not peel the plastic off. That just you just put it in a wave.
What? What?
Wave and zap it with a horrible radiation for 7 minutes.
What potato are you peeling plastic off of? What is happening right now with these potatoes?
I've never heard of that.
No, they're never wrapped. They come in a bag. They're in the dirt. Are
individually wrapped?
Are there plastic potatoes out there? I mean, we're at the epicenter of potatoes, so maybe they just don't have to travel very far.
They come in a bag.
That's what I thought.
It's like a net or a bag.
It's a Durlap sack. Isn't that what they're called? Yeah, and you bounce in them because that's what a sack race is usually with potato sacks.
Or they come in like a plastic sack with holes in them to give some air or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only way that I've seen them. I've never seen them individually.
Like little cheese, like those little cheese wheels.
That would suck.
Whip, and you get your potato out. Just a big egg. Okay, I didn't know that existed.
Well, are we gonna have to look this up?
Yeah, maybe. I'll do it.
You
want to
look
keep
it
reading?
up. I'll keep reading.
Okay.
Also, just another fun fact: when you die, are embalmed.
God damn it! Embalmed.
When you die, it just says when you die are embalmed and buried. Oh, okay. When you die, are embalmed and buried, you are put into a sealed and basically watertight container. The coffin isn't, as far as I know, but the actual coffin vault that they lower the coffin into. Oh,
what?
And gets a vault door closed on it.
Okay,
is that for real?
I'm gonna save my comments for the last. Yes, it is.
Before being buried, that vault is water air sealed.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically nothing to do with anything that's required. It's just the funeral home gimmicks, marketing, and things they want people to believe in order to pay lots of money for something that isn't necessary. Like they literally don't tell people who are having their loved one cremated that they don't have to buy a coffin. You can literally rent the coffin, and then your loved one will be cremated in a basic container and not an $8,000 coffin.
Makes sense to me.
Because most of the ashes are a massive wooden coffin if they are cremated inside it. The shitty thing is a lot of funeral homes won't tell people this stuff in order to get the maximum amount of money out of families and life insurance policies. Man. Sucks, but I mean, I know I still want to be buried, probably next to my granddaughter if I ever have the choice or that option. But still, people should know what they're, so they can make better choices.
Yeah.
Anyway, love what you guys do. You're stupid and hilarious and crazy and dumb. And you guys, keep going?
Yeah, we can do it.
We can, I guess.
Absolutely.
And can you fucking don't? Cameron
try.
T. Can I don't read anymore?
We should, I can sign you up for some stuff.
I think the issue that I'm having is I need to move closer. Maybe I need glasses because I'm not noticing punctuation.
If you've been following my journey, glasses made a huge difference.
Yeah. I feel like that might have something to do with it because I'm not noticing punctuation and then I get my emphasis is wrong.
I've heard about this and it's definitely up there with car salesmen that are ripping you off and they're just taking advantage of don't you want the best for them? How do you do that?
Yep.
How can you be in that position? I'm guessing if you get your first what's it called when you hit your sales mark and you get a check? God damn it.
Yeah.
What's it
called?
Sales
quota or something?
Yeah, your quota, whatever it is. Your bonus. Then you're like, oh yeah, cool. I can talk more people in these coffins. But I cannot even imagine trying to upsell people grieving in a funeral home.
I'm picturing a skit, like a car salesman skit, where you walk in there and you're like, "What are you looking at today? What can I do to get you in one of these?"
Babies,
like kicking the tires, but you're like kicking.
He's opening the top. He's like, "Feel how tight the seal is." And like whatever. He's like, "I don't care." You feel this pillow. He's like fluffing it in front of you. It's like, "Ooh, perfect, right? Perfect for daddy." Yeah, I guess. Well, how about this one over here? Come here. This one's not for you. This one wasn't for you.
Yeah. This is what you need.
This one just came in. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Hot off the truck.
Right off the coffin maker. Not to derail from the dead stuff, but I was picturing plastic potatoes way differently. It's still ridiculous, but it's like individual, like plastic wrap. He just said plastic, but it's like the clear plastic wrap, like you would rip off of something.
Yeah, that's
I
what
was picturing like fucking plastic, like hard.
Oh, like a hard.
I don't know why.
One of those, like a tech thing that you can't open it.
Like like I was saying, the little tiny cheese wheels. We got that wax that you peel off.
Right.
For whatever reason, I was thinking it was like that kind of plastic. I was no fucking way. No, it's clear plastic. I don't know why my brain went that way.
It would be funny, like when you go buy a toy at Walmart or something, and they've got that plastic that's impossible to open without slicing your fingers up.
I know.
Why do they do that?
I can't believe it's still allowed.
Did you know you can open that with a can opener?
I actually watched you do it in a video.
I admit it in a video. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You taught me something.
Sweet.
I'm going to teach you how to read. You taught me how to open those, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's read one more letter from our kid. Oh, yeah. This is cool. Our second email coming in from our child-abusing son. Okay. Don't feel bad about knocking your kid into the nightstand, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Lose sleep over it. Wanted to email.
I'm going to make you feel bad about it. I'm going to continue to make you feel bad.
That's fine. Wanted to email this last week when you talked about it. This is an older email that we're pulling, of course, because I talked about that, I think, like on the third episode, second or third, yeah. And it made me remember when my daughter was 2 weeks old in February of 2012. Don't like where this is going just because it's 2-week-old baby. This is good. The emails we've read have not had great outcomes for babies. Carrying on. Her mom and I were shopping for baby shit and had the car seat locked into the kid's seat of the shopping cart while this kid snores like I didn't know a baby could. Remember that little clip on there? Make it extra safe. Leaving the store, I'm pushing the cart and decide it's a good idea to run and slide on the ice. Oh, dads. Bearing all 280 pounds of my new dad ass on the handle.
That's a large man.
Resulting in flipping the cart in the parking lot and the car seat coming loose. Flying the other way and landing upside down on the ice in the snow. Oh, no. Okay.
Visualize
well, he's not in jail, but this visual is brutal. Fortunately, the carrying handle was in the upright position. Oh, like a car brace, like a bracket in there, a face guard. Even still, I'm panicking, thinking I killed my newborn. Yeah, I grab the car seat and check only to find that she's dead asleep. I'm glad I said asleep after it.
Yes.
And she was walking into the store and gets what? There's a part missing here, isn't there?
And she's
dead asleep as she was walking into the store and gets pissed when I poked her. He missed to mention his wife in there. I was like, there's no way a 2-week-old baby's walking into this fucking store.
Especially after getting tossed on his head.
He unbuckles himself like it's a burning car.
He just walks away like
oh,
pissed.
You dumb piece
son
of shit. Bitch. Son of a bitch smoking a cigar. Little mom tattoo.
Yeah.
Get out here, Bubba. I'm getting okay. So the wife, wife was walking into the store and gets pissed when I poked her to see if she was okay. Never been happier to hear a baby cry. And that came in from child abusing son Butch.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a heart stopper.
You know, the good thing is, I guess, when you think about it, the good thing that there was snow. Because if there wasn't snow, it would have right straight down on the concrete, probably.
Well,
right?
it had the carrying handle was popped up, so it acted like a cage.
Oh, right.
So that's good. If it went right into the snow, first of all, you'd have to try to do that. That means he was launching the baby jackass style into a snowbank.
That would be kind of fun, though.
And just launching your baby like, welcome to the world.
The baby tossing championships.
You gotta be tough.
Yeah. So you put your baby in the cart and you put like a little curb and picture like fucking Magnus Magnuson with the baby launch, and you just run, bam! Kind of like the triple jump or long jump.
A full event.
Yeah.
Announcer, here's Bryan from representing Spokane Valley.
I don't live in the valley.
Where do you live? Oh yeah, you don't. You live up there.
On the hill, looking down on everyone.
Yeah, looking down on everybody.
Tread.
All right. Well, I'm glad the baby wasn't dead. Yay.
It was dead asleep.
It was dead asleep. I know. That's exciting too.
Good.
All right. Well,
Thanks,
that's our
Butch.
show. Yeah, that was our show. I had fun on the whole thing. Shared some good stuff.
Yeah, it was fun hearing those confessions. I'm excited to hear more.
You want to hear more about people's babies almost dying? I mean, the baby going into the fan, I think about it all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about people's babies dying.
Know, I'm kidding.
No.
That'd be weird.
No. I don't want to hear about people's babies dying, but I do want to hear about people's babies almost dying.
Right. Like moments that scared the absolute shit out of you.
Because then you can laugh about it. If you killed your baby, then you're not laughing about it. But if you almost killed your kid and it's grew up and it's fine, then you can laugh about it.
Right. Or fine-ish.
Yeah.
That could be your fault.
As long as it's still alive.
Yeah, exactly. Please continue to support us. Join us. Join the gaggle. Patreon.com/Can You Don't Podcast. Sometimes the radio comes out when I don't want it to, like when you say part of the gaggle. Hey, come on down, buy a car from Russ Hummers.
Come on down to
Coffin Castle. Fucking Coffin Castle. That's a good name. And that's huge neon signs.
So good.
With like the salesman, like the neon sign lights up with the hand waves to make a wave.
It's got wacky waving inflatable arm inflating tube man.
Yeah. That's something. There's a whole list of things you don't put in front of a funeral home. And
That's
a
one of
wacky
them.
wavy inflatable arm guy is one of them.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Oh, man. Okay, back to the promo stuff. Join us, Facebook, Instagram, look up Can You Don't Podcast, YouTube channel, subscribe to it. And again, that email to send in all this stuff, heyguys@canyouDon'tPodcast.com.
Rate and review us wherever you can.
Please do. That actually is a huge help. I know that you can do it on Spotify, of course, Apple, Google, but new players are adding stuff that we don't even know that you can.
Are we on friggin'
Pandora yet? No.
What is going on?
I've emailed them 5 million times. They might have just got blackballed. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. But we'll continue to try, and hopefully it eventually shows up there.
What does blackballed mean? No, I mean I know what it means, but where?
It was a voting thing.
Because they didn't let black people vote?
I don't think so. But I think the history of it, that's a good guess, was you had a white stone and a black stone. And I might be fucking completely off on this, but you would walk up and you would vote with your stone. And if you voted with a black stone, that means that you did not approve of what was being on.
Really?
I think.
Reject someone who typically means.
If I made that all up in my head, I'm gonna go to the hospital. Because I'm losing my mind.
It means to vote against. Vote against,
okay.
Especially to exclude from membership by casting a negative vote.
Okay.
Ostracize. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd
see how that goes.
I just was wondering where the origin came from.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Like blue balls.
Yeah. That one's different. But same thing. It's a colored circle.
In your something's not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, we gotta wrap this thing up. We've got one more thing, okay?
Okay.
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
All right. Hey. Frightened me. Ugh, jeez Louise. This was, I don't even know how I started thinking about this. But you gotta, I mean, it probably happened. Do you think that humans, way back in the day, were making booty calls using smoke signals? Like that sexy cave woman is just like across the creek and she's just staring at the sky and you're like, I would like,
like what's funny is like, you know how there's like vapors and stuff there, or like they do like smoke stuff.
Yeah. Like tornadoes and rings.
I wonder if there's guys that like got so good at that.
They're the best smoke signal there.
Yeah, it was like there would be, so all these guys are like, because like birds and stuff, male birds are always like, look at my feathers.
Right.
So if there's like really good smoke signal guys and the chicks she's like, ooh, I like what he's doing.
Look at this handwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. I like what he's doing over here too.
I don't know.
Who's he gonna, and then the guy, doesn't he usually like hit him with a hammer and drag him back to his cave?
I'm not sure how the dating customs back then. That sounds about right.
That was Looney Tunes. They did that.
Yeah. Probably based on true stories.
Probably.
And then you have the one jackass who's always wants to get into smoke signals. And then that's how a war was started. Because he was like learning from the master and he was doing it, but he just fucked something up and it started a war.
Yeah, instead of saying "we love you," it says like
"go fuck yourself."
Yeah, like I wanted.
He didn't flap the rug.
Time or something. Yeah,
yeah. You go, buckle up, motherfuckers.
It's a simple mistranslation.
Yeah, buckle up, motherfuckers, and then best of luck,
yeah,
motherfuckers. And he's like, oh. The foghorn. Oh man, but yeah, I guarantee it. There had to been some booty calls, just saying, "Hey, meet you tomorrow morning."
I do like that. She's just laying there. And she can't fall asleep, and all of a sudden you see this like waft of smoke, and
yeah, I don't know. That was funny.
We should make never mind.
We'll try to make something out of it.
Make a movie out of it.
A whole movie.
The smoke,
a feature film. It could be a short before an animated movie.
Yeah.
All right.
The smoke sigler.
Smoke sigler. Yeah.
Sigler.
Smoke sigler.
He does it with cigarettes.
What a fun word to put in a title. The sigler. All right. Bye. All right, everybody.
Yep.
See you guys next. Jesus Christ. Bye.